Hey all you cool cats and kittens, Mr. Key is here again with another Science Notes video. Oh boy, I know you guys are excited, so let's just jump right into it. Today we're going to be talking about true bugs and others. And so we're going to talk about a certain section, the very first section, that we call the true bugs. And so what makes a true bug different than the others is what we're about to find out right now. So right here we have the Hemiptera. And the Hemiptera here get their name from something very interesting. Let's just look at the word and then see what it's trying to tell us. Now, we have the word hemi, and hemi usually means half or part of something. And then we have ptera. And so we talked about this when we were going over some other videos. I can't remember exactly which one, but the ptera right here has to do with the type of wings. So we have half or part and then ptera, which mean wings. So it'd be almost like half wings, and that's exactly what's going on here. Now these are your guys that are known as true bugs, and you can see them all around your screen right now. Let's just talk about some of them here. These include your bed bug. That's this guy down at your bottom left right here. That's a bed bug. He's very tiny. You have your chinch bugs, and chinch bugs here are, I believe, these over here. Oh, thing popped up. Anyway, but those are your chinch bugs in the bottom center. Then on your bottom right you have squash bugs, and you can see also we have these stink bugs at the top left. And so stink bugs are a real thing. I remember when I found that out the first time. That was kind of funny, but they are very, very stinky. When you step on them, it makes a terrible smell. Now from here, they are known for the first half of their front wings being hardened, and so that's where the hemi comes from. It's that first half of their front wing. It's actually hardened up, and this makes a very interesting feature on all of their wings. You can see here. Oh wait, let's go back and just talk about this real quick. If you look at the back of the stink bug, the chinch bug, and the squash bug, you can notice that there's like an X type thing. So let's just look up here. You can see this right here and that right there, kind of outlining it with my cursor, form an X shape down here on this one. And that's how you can really tell a lot of these Hemiptera from other types. Now, they have special sucking mouth parts. That's what makes them true bugs. And so that's how we know that they're there. And well, that's how we know that's what they are. You look at the mouth part of the bug and you look at the wings. That's the main things that differentiate all of these ones we're talking about, but especially the wings. So let's keep on going here. Now we go to the Homoptera. And Homoptera are ones that I've dealt with a lot when it comes to working with plants. Now the wings on this type of bug or insect have to deal with the, well, they form a tent. I gotta slow down a bit and watch my words. And so if you look down at the bottom left, you can see that is a cicada, and the cicada's wings, they kind of hit each other and they make that tent-like shape there when they're at rest. However, not all of them even have wings, and we are looking at one of them that does not have wings right now. We're going to talk about it real quick. Now all possess a unique piercing sucking mouth part. Now this is mostly used on plants, and so a lot of these guys are common pests in the plant world. As we can see here, they feed on plants. Some of these guys are common pests in the plant world. For example, scale and mealybug. And so this top left picture right here is mealybug. And if you have ever worked with plants before, you have become accustomed to seeing mealybug, and that's not a good thing. You want your mealybug off because they are a terrible, terrible pest, and that pest will cause nothing but harm to your crop. And so they make all kinds of special sprays and home remedies for mealybug. Now below it, in the middle right here, is scale. Now this is scale that's growing on a cacti, and as a cactus farmer myself, when I was working down there, I had to deal with a lot of scale, and it is not fun. But thankfully, you can usually just put a mixture of oil and some other things on it. It kills it off and you can just scrape them off. Now, even though they don't look the same, all three of these actually are in the same division we see here. And so we have the cicada at the bottom. Let's talk about that here. Cicadas live underground for 13 to 17 years and only come up to the surface for about 2 weeks as an adult. And so that's something that you guys might not have known, but you know today. And so they're underground for about 13 to 17 years, just depending on what's going on. And when they do finally come up, they're only around for about 2 weeks. And that's really something else. Now, in the hot summer nights, a lot of you guys can probably hear the cicadas. They make that chirping type noise that can be really annoying. And you can actually do old like science things there and record the sounds and possibly be able to tell the temperature. So that was something that some people used to do. I don't know how accurate it is, but I remember as a kid somebody told me it was possible, and I thought that was really cool. But let's just keep on going. From there, we're going to get into our dipteras, and we're going to talk about dipteras for the rest of this lesson that we have going on here. Now, when it came to Egypt, 2 of the plagues in Egypt involved diptera. Now, the first one was lice. Lice are a form of diptera, and also flies. And so if you look in the Bible, when Moses tried to free the Israelites from Egypt, God sent the 10 plagues, lice, and then flies. Pretty crazy stuff. That's not the order they came in, but 2 of them had to deal with these guys. So you know they're a bit of trouble. Now these are called the true flies, have either piercing, sucking mouths or sponging mouth parts. Now mosquitoes are also included in your diptera. And diptera has to do, let me just analyze the word here, di, meaning 2, ptera, meaning wings. And so it basically means that it has 2 wings on this insect. Now from there are 120 species of mosquito in North America alone. And so just in North America, if you were a diptera expert, would have to be familiar, or at least know the difference between all 120 plus mosquito species in North America. And that's a lot. See in here. Now, the spit of the female mosquito is very interesting because it contains this stuff we call anticoagulant. And anticoagulant means that your blood does not stop flowing and they can keep eating on it. And so when you get a cut, a normal cut anyway, your cut scabs over. Now we call that process coagulating, making a scab. The female mosquito's mouth, its spit, has anticoagulant. So that way, the blood's not going to stop. It's not going to form a scab as quickly. And so all of that blood quickly comes from your body all the way into her body to basically help her eggs out so they can actually grow up and be better. And it is not good. So they are feeding off of you like the parasites they are. They are also responsible for a lot of disease spread. And this is very true. Things like yellow fever, dengue fever, and all these other fevers and things like that you could possibly think of, many times caused by mosquitoes. I think I saw some more I have listed here. See if I could find 1 or 2. Some people are allergic to mosquito bites, and it causes even worse reactions than just a normal reaction to them. But yeah, encephalitis, that's another one that I saw that mosquitoes can cause. Very, very disgusting, dangerous stuff. Now, the diptera tend to be the ones causing a lot of disease, and we know that flies are also diptera. Here are some flies. Now, flies are nasty. Flies' feet are disgusting. They walk on some of the most disgusting things imaginable. Just think about it. Like rotten meat, dog poop, ugh, gross. And then, they step on all those things, and then they plop on your sandwich. Ugh. And then that causes a lot of issues because their feet can spread things like dysentery and typhoid fever, both of which are not things that you want. This is why when a fly lands on your food, it's probably best to pick off that part of the food that the fly touched and throw it away. Now, if you're really desperate for food, I guess you could eat it and then risk it, but I would not, because dysentery is not fun, neither is typhoid fever. Now, the female flies, they reproduce so quickly. They can lay up to 150 eggs at a time that turn into maggots. So maggots are the second form. You have eggs of the fly, and then they go to maggots. And you guys, if you've left meat out in the sun before, more than likely you will know what maggots are like. They are oftentimes found in nasty garbages, dumpsters, and things like that, because that nasty, disgusting stuff that flies like to lay their eggs in is in the dumpster, and then it gets full of maggots, and it's so disgusting. Yep, Terra. Not really good stuff to be around. Those nasty legs, everything else. Let's keep on going now. This is the last slide we have here, and these are a bunch of different forms of other Diptera. So let's see the first one. We have crane flies. If you look at the top left, you can see some crane flies. Now, they're often compared to mosquitoes, but they're actually 3 times as big as mosquitoes. And so you can see that size comparison there. It's pretty cool. And then we have true midges. Now, a true midge, they look like mosquitoes, but they're actually smaller. That's the picture right underneath the crane flies you see there. Those are some true midges, and that's the tip of somebody's finger. You can see just how small they really are. Now, going from there, we also have buffalo gnats. And they are large, blood-sucking pests. And they live around lakes, and they can give you quite the nasty bite. Along with these other 2 guys at the bottom. When you see those guys, you definitely don't want to mess with them, because they can also bite you and cause some issues here. The horsefly, which is the one over to the left, and deer fly, which is the one over to the right. You can tell the difference because the horsefly is black in body, and then the deer fly is more of a black and yellow type design to it. Now, they love drinking blood from their namesakes. So what does that mean? It means that the horsefly's favorite meal and is often found around horses. And so if you see a bunch of flies around a horse that are causing it a problem, probably horse flies. Now, deer flies are the same thing with deer. They will probably be messing around with those deer. So if you're a hunter, you've probably seen some of those deer flies. Now, that is the end of my presentation today. We are done with this section. All I want for you guys to do today is to take notes and then send them to my email. Now, whether that means you take a picture of it and then you send me a picture to my email, or you do it on Google Classroom and you send me the Word document, both of which are fine. I just want to make sure I can see your notes so that everything is going well. So that is the end of this video. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I am out. See you later.